Hey guys, and welcome back to the 6th episode of the Vadoo AI playlist series. So far we've generated videos in AI stories, covered API and Sheets X AI integration, and today we're going to be looking at how you can edit your video. And this is the first part of 2 parts on editing. So let's get straight to it. Now all you need to do is choose one of your videos from the My Projects tab. I'm going to choose this one of the modern futuristic toaster. Okay, so this is the first part of the editing area. Here at the top you have the styles you can choose from, the captions you can edit, you can add B-rolls, music, and even the AI provides social media titles, descriptions, tags, and hashtags, and you can even add your own logo and branding on there. Some other additional cool features are if you click this safe zone, it will show you what the actual shorts video icons display in the background and how they will show with your captions. So if you wanted smaller captions because they overlap, say, the messages here, you can do that. So I really like that feature. I'll turn it off for now. There is edit video. We'll be covering this in the second part of the editing video episode, and you can also choose from various aspect ratios, which is really cool. And then down the bottom you've got the speed of the video. So Vadoo AI actually has some really pre-made awesome themes for your captions. They've got all the classics on there. First of all, you've got Hormozi, you've got Mr. Beast, so you might have seen that on his videos. You got Tracy, then you've got Noah, Kyle, Luke, Ali, which is okay, but you can adjust all of these. Devon, which is quite cool, and Hormozi 2. I really like this one. You got Hormozi 3, Ella, Dan, David, Umi, Celine, Maya, Iman, William, and 2. So some real funny names for them, but overall you have a very good selection, and as I just mentioned, you can edit all the colours, the fonts, etc. So I really like the Hormozi styles. All of them are pretty good. This one's got kind of captions that are in angles from clip to clip, so that's really engaging. This one's very bold and stands out. Then you've got Hormozi 3, which is pretty effective as well. So let's go with number 2. I like that. And below that, you have a few options here. You can edit the theme. So if we go into here, you'll be taken to this little pop-up screen. And now you can adjust the Hormozi 2 captions. You can choose from a selection of different fonts. They've only got a few here, but it's enough to probably get you by. Let's say we want Rubik, and you can see that adjusted on the video in real time here. Then you can choose the thickness of the font. So if you wanted it as normal, it will change it there. I like it as bold, it stands out. And then of course you can choose the color. So at the moment it's displaying as white. So if I scroll across, you'll see the white there. Next you can adjust the size. So all you got to do is drag the bar, and you can go all the way up to 80, which is just too much for any video. I'll bring it down to about 30 is quite nice. Then you can change the positioning. So if I drag that up from the y-axis, it will go up, and you can have it go down. So a lot of people have it about there, just below the kind of middle, but it's up to you where you want that. Then of course you can add shadow as well. So at the moment there's none. If I click on small, medium, or large, it doesn't really show any changes for small and medium because the font's in bold. But if we go to large, you'll see it now shows a bit more white around there. Another cool feature is you can add stroke. So that's small, then you got medium and large. So it kind of adds a layer around the text, which can make it stand out. Next up, you can have uppercase or lowercase. Depends what your video is about, but I usually prefer uppercase. And you can actually choose to have auto emojis. So the AI will add emojis depending on the clips and will find the most appropriate emoji that it thinks relates to that particular scene. So I'm going to leave it as auto because they actually add some really good emojis. I have requested to the team that they have additional options like changing the size or having the ability to select different emojis and change it for different clips. So it's a bit restricted at the moment, but they did say they will follow that up and do it. So I'm really pleased to hear that. Now we have added medium on stroke and the color is black, but let's just say I wanted blue, and you can see how much that stands out now. So you can really tailor this to exactly how you want. And this is pretty cool because other AI editing tools don't have all these options, and I'm sure they will add more in the future, but at the moment they've got a really good selection of tools that you can use to make your video very engaging. Then below that we've got the highlight colors. So the main color is red. So if I scroll this video slowly, you'll see red that's popping up every now and again, but I like purple, and if we scroll now you'll see the purple added, which actually is a little bit too dark. So let's lower the purple. Then you have your second color. Green's always quite nice, and you'll see the green appears at the very beginning. There isn't that much green through the video on this one, but it is there occasionally. And then of course for the third color you see a lot of yellow. So mainly it's the main color and the third color and a little bit of the second color. Now if you're happy with this theme, you can just go to create theme. You can name it Hormozi 4, and I actually had to delete one of the characters to make room for the 4 because there's a max length of 7 characters, and maybe that can be increased, but we've got Hormozi 4. So if I go to save now, and it says that theme is saved successfully, and if we go back, you will see now it's been added here, and that's really cool that they add that in, and you can just come in and use that whenever you want for any of your videos. So really nice there. And naturally you can delete that particular theme. So once you're happy with your style, you just go to captions. Now we have a few options here. First of all, if you click on any of these captions, it will take you to that particular scene, and you can see all the captions of your video all the way to the end, and they are broken down as they are on the video clips. If you don't want the captions, you can just toggle disable captions on, and you'll see now all the captions are disabled. If you want to edit any of the captions or the words, if there's a spelling mistake, you can just come in here and say there was a spelling mistake. Like favourite in the UK is Favorite. I think I said that wrong, but I spelled it right. And now if we go to that clip, and now you'll see it's changed to favourite like that. So that's how easy it is to change the letters in the words. If you want to add in a new word, you can just go to, say, catching, for instance, go to new word, and after catching, you can now put in your new word. So let's just say hello, just for a test, and then you go back and now it will say hello. And you might have noticed that the word your, which was originally after catching, has moved down to here, and that's because it seems to be that they can only have 3 to 4 words per clip, so that the captions actually fit on that clip. And maybe if I lowered the size of the captions, it will be able to fit more on a particular line. But essentially that's how it works. If you're not happy with your words, you'll just go into here, remove word, and now it will say while catching your, as it did previously. Now, if you go to this little sound icon on any of the clips and you just click it, you'll have this little pop up here where you can actually add in some sound effects. Now they have some popular ones here, such as click, ding, money, pop, staple, typing, whoosh, and you can even add your own by going to add more. And you can upload up to 5 megabyte file with 5 seconds max, which is all you need for an effect. And you can even name it and use that on any of your videos. So that's really cool. And if we go back to that, if there's already a sound effect on there, you can remove the audio if you don't want that. Let's just put in whoosh, for example. And then if we play that clip.
Favorite series. But wait, favorite series. But wait.
You may have heard 2 whooshes there, and perhaps there was one for this clip as well, but that is how it works. You can't choose when the sound effect comes in, but the clips are very short, so it will get a little bit confusing. And it also highlights it in blue to know that you have customized this particular clip. Now, what I really like about the next part is if you click on this up and down arrow, it will allow you to position the captions on this clip to be a little bit higher, it'll drag that bar up, say, to the middle. You can even have it as small, medium or large. There is no customized option to change the size manually, but that's okay. Let's say I want it small. Now, if we go to the other clips, you'll see they're in their original place. And then on this one, it's small. So it's quite cool. You get to customize each captions on a particular clip. So that's captions. Let's cover B-rolls next. And B-rolls essentially allows you to add in an image or a short video for a particular frame or clip, you can call it. And that just adds a lot of engagement, especially if you have someone talking. You might want to add in some B-rolls across the video. So you actually have two options here. Now you can go to AI B-rolls, and when you click on that, it will automatically add B-rolls on the clips that it thinks is relevant. And the AI actually does this. You can see that it's added quite a few across the video, and what it does is it takes in the text and it will find an image that relates to that text, and it uses API third parties such as Pexels or Unsplash, which I'll show you in a minute. But overall it tries its best to find the correct images. Does a good job overall. It might capture one or two words that are key. Like for instance, this toaster here, it's got toaster in the text, and then it's got TV, and then you have some cutting bread or spreading butter or something. So it hasn't done a bad job. Now, next to the blue button AI B-rolls, there's this little settings icon, and you can choose the percentage of B-rolls. So if you wanted 100%, it would probably add one in on every clip, and the lower you put it, the less ones you are likely to get. So how do you get it back to the original image? Well, there isn't an easy way of doing this. Now, I believe I've found a bug, and if I just click on any of these images that have a B-roll, if I go to original, you would think it will go back to the original image, but it's showing me that one, which was used either at the beginning or the second clip. So there doesn't seem to be a quick way of doing this, and I will show this video to the support team so they can look into it. But let's move on from that, and I'll show you a few more options. So under B-roll, you have the option to add a video. Now, if we click on video, you will see there's a bunch of stock videos. Now, I'm unsure exactly where they're getting their stock images from, but I would imagine it would be Unsplash or Pixabay or somewhere like that. And you can come in here and let's just say I want toaster. And it doesn't seem to be finding what I'm looking for. So I don't know exactly why that is, but there isn't anything about a toaster apart from down the bottom here. I'm just going to try cancelling that and going back, typing in toaster again. And now the images have appeared. So that was a bit strange as to why that happened, but now you can see all the toaster images. And let's say I wanted this one here. I'll just highlight it, go to apply, and now you will see it's been applied there. You can even add a transition and an animation for how it comes in. So you can have it as film burn 2, film roll, vintage, glitch, zoom out, zoom fast, comic, and zoom slow. So that will add some engagement to that. And now for that clip, we have this video. So that's how easy it is to add those in. Seems I've come across a couple of minor bugs, but I'll report that to the team who are very active. I'm sure they'll fix it pretty quickly. Now, there's a couple of more options here. If we click on that little image icon, you will see there's an option for a GIF and an image. Now, we've just had a look at videos, and now we have the ability to add a GIF, and that's really cool because if we just click on this little image icon here, they are actually using Giphy to get their GIFs from. So if I wanted to look for TV GIFs, I've just put in TV here, and now all the ones from Giphy will appear, and there is a lot from different categories, and this is really good because GIFs definitely add engagement into your videos. They're very important. So let's say I wanted this one here, go to apply, and now you can even change the positioning. So say if I wanted it to go up, and you can increase the size, which is cool. And now you have your GIF. And if we go to apply And at the beginning of the video, there'll be this GIF. And then for the second clip, it will turn off. So you can do this for any of the clips, which is really nice. Another option you have is we go back there and you can add in your own image. And you can choose once again from all the stock images. So say if we wanted this top one, we could go to apply. If you go to my images, you can also add in any of the ones that you generated with AI or uploaded. And it's as simple as that. And once again, you can adjust the height. You can adjust the size. You can't have it so it covers the whole screen. So maybe they can look into that, but that's okay because sometimes that is too much, but that's how you do it. The next option we'll be looking at is music. So we all know how adding music in can really add some engagement and ultimately change the whole conception of the video and get more viewers in depending on what music you have. So they have some popular ones here like Blade Runner and a bunch of other ones. There isn't loads and loads, but these are some of the most popular and they can be used across various different video categories. You can also change the volume of the music. Of course, you don't want it too loud if there's a narrator over it. I always find 10 or 11 is quite nice. And to apply a clip, you just click on it and now it is applied just above. And what's really cool as well is you can add in your own music. It has the premium music tab, which is basically what I've just shown you. And to upload your own music, you just go to upload and you can only upload in MP3 format, but it's really nice to have this option. Say for instance, you could download music from YouTube Music Library, which is not copyrighted, and you can just upload it here. So I really like that additional feature they have. Now, the next really cool feature or option they have is social. So the AI has basically analyzed the transcript of the video, and now it's created a title, description, tags, hashtags, all relating to this video. So for the title, we have Meet the Toaster that binge watches shows and predicts your breakfast mood. And that's quite an engaging title, actually. It's really cool. And then a description is quite long, but it's basically captured what the video is about and looks quite fun to read. Then you've got all the tags that the AI thinks is relevant to this video. So you probably want to come in here and delete some of these, maybe have 3 or 4, but some of these aren't appropriate. You can also add your own tags in. So say if I wanted TV, you go to add tag and now that would be there. Of course, you can delete them here and there. The same goes for hashtags. You can't actually add in any by the looks of it, so that might be needed to be added, but you can delete the ones you don't want, and there's a few here, so you probably only want 2 or 3. Some people have more. Now, what's really nice here is you can actually add in your own logo and branding. So I've actually got the Vadoo AI here, and if I went to apply, you will see that is now applied on the video across the whole video. And there are options to increase the size. So if I wanted it a little bit bigger, you can also change the positioning. So you could have it in the top right. So this is really nice, actually. And what's cool is the opacity, because you don't want it to stand out too much. And we can move it down to there and it wouldn't interfere with the whole video. So I really like this feature. There's more. So if you don't have a logo, you can just go to text and put in @Vadoo AI, and there you go. And naturally you can move it again. And a lot of people do this. Some people do it for like motivational videos or quotes, and they just put it under the captions or somewhere in the middle. And as I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, they have an option here called Show Safe Zone. Now, if I click on that, you will see that it will show how the captions will appear on the video with the shorts icons that are on there, such as the likes, the messages, share, and all that good stuff. Now, if I had to be really picky, I could say that maybe they could add the safe zone for different platforms, but that would be very picky and it's not necessary. So this is the aspect ratio in 9:16, that's the original. And we can also view it in different aspect ratios as well. So This is portrait 4:5, and if I just play the video a bit, you will see it's tried its best to fit everything in for this particular aspect ratio. But another cool feature is you can even change the positioning of the video that's on different clips. So basically it's added it into the whole aspect ratio, but if you don't want it in that particular position, you can just change it. So it could be like that. It's very basic editing, but it's there if you need it. Let's have a look at square and see how that appears. So it's quite similar to the last one we looked at, but once again, it's managed to fit in the images and videos in the best way it can do, but you can change that. Let's have a look at landscape. And of course, you can change the size of the captions by going back to captions or even styles. Let's have a look at original, and this is 9:16. So that's what you can do. Now, another nice feature is if the captions or the narrator is too slow, you can increase the speed. So if I wanted it as, let's say 1:1, and we go to play.
Meet the white toaster with a TV screen right on its front. Imagine popping in bread while catching your favorite series. But wait.
A lot of people actually like faster videos, so this could be really good for capturing more viewers' attention. And if we go back down to 1 and play.
This isn't just any toaster. It predicts your breakfast mood based on the weather.
It's a lot slower, so depending on your video, it will depend on how fast you may want it. But I think that's really cool they have that. So you also have the ability to share the video link, so you can just send that through to someone if you want them to have a look at it. You can also save, so that will save any changes that were made, and you can also export. And not only that, but you can post to YouTube and also publish to your feed. But you can also save the file. And if we go to that, and I've clicked the cross so we can then download, and now it will export this video in this particular aspect ratio, 9:16. Okay, and here's our video. It took around a minute to download, which isn't too bad for a 44-second video with all the extra things we added. And here it is.
Toaster could binge watch shows. Meet the white toaster with a TV screen right on its front. Imagine popping in bread while catching your favorite series. But wait, this isn't just any toaster. It predicts your breakfast mood based on the weather outside. Rainy day? It'll suggest cozy vibes with a thriller episode.
And that was it. Please note that I actually wouldn't have downloaded a video like that. I just wanted to show you some of the features that you can achieve with Vadoo AI. But I could have done a lot better, but you've seen all the options that you can use for editing your video. For the next part of the playlist, we're going to be going to this little blue button, edit video, which will allow you to come into each scene and you can do some really cool things such as change the image, the face, generate video, the script, add audio, sound effects, transition effects. So we're going to go quite advanced here, and then after that we'll be looking at one feature or a lot of features that I'm really looking forward to showing you, which is AI video. So we've got more editing features next, and then the big one, AI video. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.